I did start um, flying towards the east from Paphos, where I live. But I've done that before on the previous flight simulators, and also the audio in that first video was really horrible. So I've changed my approach. We're still flying the Dahar, and we're going to fly today from Alert, Canada, to Qaanaaq, Canada. It's a direct flight, which in the Dahar should take us about 1 hour. Well, a bit less. I'll try to be as quick as possible. Um, the loading times are really, on my PC at least, they're really long. But it gives me a chance to do the intro. Any case, we'll go everything step by step. I'll try to explain everything I'm doing while I'm doing it. We'll use the checklists, etc., etc. I hope the weather is going to be okay. What I've seen initially is that that's going to be cloudy, overcast, maybe. Not sure. Let's see. Another thing that I've decided to do, I mean, that you wouldn't do it as in real life, is to just fly whatever the weather is. You make sure that you have flying weather that you're allowed to fly in with the aircraft that you have and the qualifications that you have. We're going to use the autopilot because I'm not just going to steer straight ahead by myself. So I'm going to use instruments, but it's not going to be a flight via instrument flight rules. It's going to be a VFR flight. But I'm sure we're going to break some rules there. Let's see. Time-wise, I think it's around 4 o'clock or something there. Not sure. So maybe we'll see a nice sunrise during our flight. And God, it's this loading time, eh? I said I've flown with the flight simulator around the world before, twice. Once was in a King Air and once was a, I think 172 Cessna, but I'm not quite 100% sure about it. Oh, sorry, something there. There's little fruit flies everywhere. I think it's bananas that I have. Seriously, they're so obnoxious. All right. Servus, Tobi. Vielen Dank. Ich versuch's. So here we are. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's about sunrise, as you can see. I'm gonna switch off my camera. You just have the audio. I mean, you basically don't need to see me staring at you all the time. Let's see. There we go. All right. Endurance 5 hours. Well, I have less fuel in there. It's not 5. Well, the 5 hours is if you have a full tank. In this case, we have about 40%. It's enough just in case of an emergency or any other problems that we can actually reach a alternate field, or if the weather is really so bad that I cannot land there. This is a really interesting landscape here. With that. All right. I guess we just go along the checklist and get this machine started. I thought you had a flashlight. Interior lights off. As far as I can say, yes. Crash lever is down. Yep. Starter is off. All good. It should be all fine. I mean, you basically just got the plane. But any pilot would just... You still have to go through the checklist. You still have to make sure everything is all right. In real life, it does happen that a previous pilot maybe forgot to flick a switch, and that's where you have to go through this checklist to make sure everything is off, or at least in the position that it's supposed to be. Inert separators off. The parking brakes. Yep, set. Landing gear should be down. Throttle cut off. I don't know the shortcut of the flashlight. I'll just check in a second. Tank selector, open or left, right? I think it's left now. All right, good. So inside inspection checklist is complete. Now we go to before starting engine. Just a sec, let me check and controls. I haven't flown the last time I flown with flight simulator was 12 days ago. Already forgotten everything. Okay, let's see. Oh, camera switch modes. It's also good to know. Oh, by the gods. Okay. I think you can search here, right? Flashlight? Toggle flashlight. There you go. That's much easier. Alt I. All right. Let's see. Nope. Oh. Alt L. It's always usually the user that's making the mistake. Let's look outside. Oh, there's our sunrise. Perfect. Beautiful. So this is a dirt strip, by the way. It should be this way, yeah. Is that the dirt strip? Is it? Okay. Oh, let's see. All right, anyway. As you can see here, I have 40% fuel in there. But it is enough to get us where we need to go. And some more. All right, let's continue with the checklist. I don't want to wait too long to get out. Crash lever up. Up. Source, battery, or GPU. We will not have a GPU here. We'll use our battery. GPU stands for ground powering unit. You can plug it into the plane. Sometimes you see like commercial passenger planes, they have a little box in front of their aircraft and the cable going into it. It's providing them with power. Instead of using their own fuel or battery, they're getting electricity from there, from a ground-powered unit. Generator, main. DI systems, lights, test. Let's test them. Yeah, they're all on. Work. Landing gear lights, check. Down test. Yep. And the light test. All tests good. Before starting engine, checklist complete. Engine start checklist monitoring. If residual ITT above 150 degrees Celsius, which is not, I mean, we have a cold engine here. It's fine. We'll skip that one. Ignition on auto. It is auxiliary boost pump on. There we go. Propeller area clear. Yep. Well, I have a pushback guy here. I don't know why he's here. let's just say the area is clear. Starter on 2 seconds and then off. 2 seconds off. Tick throttle idle. I'm ticking that already at 13%. Low flight, low idle. Stay there. ITT max 870 for 26. Done. NG30. Yeah, done. Oil pressure, pressure and temperature checked. Okay. Before this goes too high, we'll go into idle here. The ITT, the internal turbine temperature would go too high if I would leave it at the ground, a low idle position. So I'm on an idle position now. Okay, engine start checklist complete. Engine's running. All good. Dark here. Yeah, this is the thing. So I already did that to prevent the engine from overheating. So I went from low idle to flight idle already. Oil pressure temperature has been checked. Auxiliary boost pump back to auto. You don't need that anymore. Fuel selector automatic on. Fuel select shift button test. Tested. I don't know if it has worked. I've just pressed it, so autopilot and trims should be on. Generator main is on main, and bleed air auto or max difference. I'm gonna switch it to auto. This is for pressurization, or the cabin pressurization, which we will not really need because it's going to be a low level flight. We're not gonna go over 10,000. It's gonna be really low. I'm gonna try to stick kind of to the landscape a little bit. No need to save fuel here. So before taxi checklist, inert separator on. Oops, I already ticked it. Yep, on. Flight controls, check. So you basically check, they move all the way to left, all the way to right, back to center, back, forward, and those two. Yep. Checked. Flaps. Check, they're up, they're up. Throttle, feather twice. So you're gonna see that the feathering of the throttle works. I'd have to monitor the engine here. There you go. Yeah, feathering works. Don't worry about all these yellow alerts. They're not that. Let's switch them off. Taxi lights on. Nav lights on. Strobe. Gonna switch on panel lighting. Some lights in the cabin here. Yeah, see, there you go. You have some light. All right. Parking brake off. Well, we'll wait with that. Now, I don't think we'll have an ATIS here. An aerodrome terminal information service. I have to be quite honest, I am a bit perplexed about the layout of the strip. I think that's a strip. As you see, I have done my homework. No, I haven't. Alright, let's see. It said cloudy. I don't see any clouds. Maybe it's another one of these bugs that Microsoft Flight Simulator sometimes has. Alright. Let's just talk to traffic. I'm gonna announce my taxi.
Charlie Yankee Lima Tango Traffic Dayer 5 Bravo. Oscar Whiskey Golf is taxiing to runway 23.
Right, that's it. Where's everything? Where am I? This is the VFR map. I can't see anything. Okay. This thing doesn't show me anything. It's a multi-flight display. There we go. Oh. Okay. So I'm in the water somewhere. That is interesting. Let's just check something here. First off, I'm going to switch this to FMS, Flight Management System. So once I switch on the autopilot, it will take, and I say follow navigation route, nav. It will use the one from the computer that I've already plotted in, which I can't see here either. Did I make a mistake? Maybe. Maybe. In any case, not much I can do about it right now. Not really. Yeah, I have to remember. Takeoff is behind me, I think, yeah. This is the strip. So, behind me. Yeah, okay. Well, I thought it was easier. I'm perplexed here, though, that I am not on the GPS shown the correct position. This is going to be troublesome a little bit, because well, bearing is 197. So worst case scenario, worst case, all right? Now, with no wind situation, I have no idea what the wind is. I'm gonna set this to 197. There we go. This is south. So we're already facing south. We have to go south. I mean, the airfield is in the south. We're going. That's what the flight is called, north to south. So we definitely have to go south. So that's the heading. All right, great. We're already gonna get lost. Good thing I have enough fuel with me. Hopefully. Right. You know what? I'm gonna figure this out once I'm in the air. That's the worst thing a pilot can say. I'm gonna figure this out once I'm in the air. That's already too late. Once you're in the air, well, you're stuck. Anyway, okay. I said I'm going to taxi. That's what I'm gonna do. Who is this guy and why doesn't he have a life? I don't need pushback because I'm just gonna roll by myself. So back to the checklist. Parking brake off. I'll tick that item already. I'm gonna switch that off. Remove this. Yes. Off. There we go. We don't need the yokes. You don't need to see them really. Gives you better visibility. Oop. Kind of rolled backwards before lineup. Not necessary yet. Oh no, although we can do it also because lineup's just there. Parking brake on. Okay, no, we'll do it once we get there. All right. Yeah, definitely haven't flown in a while. Boom, got him. This is even a taxiway. I don't think so. It's a road. In any case. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The way I'm behaving right now, you wouldn't even know I had a commercial pilot's license. But I always felt that flying Microsoft Flight Simulator, any simulator of that kind, for me, it's more difficult than the real thing. The real thing, you have a feeling for, you know, you're inside, you're sitting in your seat, and you have all your switches and whatnot. But yeah, it is different. Alright, my taxi speed is ridiculously high. 30 knots true airspeed. I once was told during training, you know, you should taxi walking speed. Yeah, you try doing that at an international airport. If you're even allowed to land there with your small plane. It doesn't work. Look at that. So we still have the before lineup checklist to do. I'll do that as we line up. Excuse me. I mean, I think this is 4,000 feet of runway, dirt runway. It's more than enough for us to take off. But even in a small plane, any runway that's behind you is unusable. If you have an engine failure or any other problems and you need to like immediately get back down, you wish you had more. You know, I'm gonna turn here. I think this is the end of the runway anyway. It's hard to make out. I think it's fine, yeah. Alright. Let's stop here. Yes, parking brake is on.
Okay.
So, parking brake is on. I just put it on with a keyboard command. Landing lights on. Let's switch them on here. Nav lights on. I already put them on. Strobe lights are also already on. Ignition auto on as required. I have it on auto. Auxiliary boost pump should be on auto, yes. Fuel selector, auto, yeah. De-ice system as required. The outside air temperature is -1. It might think, oh, yeah, it could be cold. But I don't see any real clouds or precipitation, so let's leave it at that for now. Pitot heat left and right, stall heater on. I didn't do that. There, it's on. Inertia separator on, is on. Trims to take off. It is. Flaps, take off. Take off, bleed air, auto, max difference. When you set the flaps, if you can, you look out and see if they actually set themselves. But let's just imagine I did that. That's what I said. Like, it is easier in real life to just look out the window. Here, I have to like use keyboard commands and my mouse and take everything away, and it's a bit of a altimeter set and check. So I don't have any Q&A, no altimeter setting that I can put. So this is going to be a bit difficult for me to do, though. So I have no ATIS to speak of. So I'm just going to go with the standard setting of 29.96 inches. It's the American system. I use hectopascal. No, hectopascal, yeah. HG. Altimeter setting, let's say it's set. Transponder squawk set. So we do it on NavCom. Click on that. Now it's basically squawking our identification of 7,000. 7,000 is for VFR flights, basically, unless otherwise instructed. So takeoff. Prop RP. Okay, that is all gonna happen as it happens. ATC. Announce my takeoff. Departure to the south.
Charlie Yankee Lima Tango traffic day or 5 Bravo. Oscar Whiskey Golf taking off runway 23 departure to the south.
Right. Now we won't get any answer because this is not a controlled airfield. Airport. This is an airfield. I'm a bit worried about our GPS and everything, but hey, you have to head south, right? Let's see what happens. Our map's really skewed. I've switched it to 200 nautical miles, so the highest resolution I can get. Anyway, all right. Switch off the ATC. Flaps are set. Okay. Let's take off then. Parking brake. Speed is alive. Oh my. Oh, keep the head up. There we go. Reduced to 80% approximately of the engine torque power, torque percentage. Gear up. Above 300. Positive climb. Flaps up. Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay. Let's turn left. So as you can see, the flight management system is showing me... Oh yeah, we have ice. Alright. We have a bit of ice here. Pitot heat. Oh, keep that on. So I have a bit of ice. That's okay. I'm keeping it on for a bit. You know what? I'm gonna follow my heading bug here that I've placed, and switch to heading on, autopilot on, yaw dampers on. So the autopilot is switched on to my heading bug, and oh boy. I wonder if we ever get to where we want to go, because the map's not right. I don't have any other maps, so this is unreliable. Alright, anyway, let's head south. I think the general direction is alright. $9,500. Vertical speed mode on. Oopa. Thousand feet per minute. Yeah, we'll keep it at 9.5. So you might be wondering why it's just half, like not 10,000 or 9,000. So 9.5 is a VFR rule. Basically take the halves, and the IFR traffic get the full thousands. And when you're flying, oh, my mistake. Just a sec. It was about, let's say, 8.5. Because we're flying more westerly, yeah, west southwest. You take 8,500, and if you fly more easterly, you take the odd numbers of 9,500, for example, or 5,500. All right. Now I have to come up with a plan. The distance is 303 nautical miles. Track is 199. I'm gonna add that to the track. 199. So track means track is on the ground towards the objective. Direct track. I'm pretty sure, and when I've listened in school a bit, when I've watched it more carefully, this has probably something to do with being so far up north that obviously compass settings and etc might be a bit yeah, compromised. Okay, I can't see anything. So basically this is an IFR flight. Oh, you see we have ice buildup. We definitely have ice. I'm gonna have to prop the ice on as well. Let's put them all on. Wing ice light. I have everything on. Necessary, I don't know. Thing is, I have no prior experience to flying with the DAR. Not in real life, at least. What we can do is switch off the landing lights. Pulse light is like gives you some kind of vertigo. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna have to do this by hand for now. Till I don't suck at flying planes. As far as I can see here, we are on track, kind of. Oh, there we go. A lot of clouds. Alright, I'm gonna climb a bit. Let's get out of the clouds and stay a bit above so we don't have the icing problem. 10,500, vertical speed on. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna leave the de-icing system on for a while. Oh yeah, we're definitely carrying ice. Yeah. I mean, seriously, you can say what you want about Microsoft Flight Simulator, the installer, the problems it had in the beginning. But speaking as a pilot, I have to say, I'm quite amazed. I love this. This is really beautiful. And I'm not even playing at full settings, you know, full graphics settings. So really nice. Okay, I'm gonna manually adjust the bearing and the track. So who would have thought all this way up in the north we would have ice? Well, now you know. I'm gonna switch off the ice light. I haven't gone through a single checklist since we've taken off. Let's have a look at that. Prop RPM, green sector. Yep. Brakes have been released. Torque 100. Yep. We've done all that. We've done the gear up. The flaps up. We've done that. After takeoff checklist. Landing gear up. Check. Yep. Flaps are up. Torque max 100. We're at 86. I'm gonna go 90. Who needs fuel anyway, right? There we go, 90. DI system as required, we need it. Inert separator as required is on. This is nice. That's what I always loved about flying, is this, you do kind of feel like you're on an alien world. I mean, where's the ground, right? That's the beauty of it. Yeah. Down there, shitty weather, it's all still cold and gray, and up here you have a beautiful sunrise. And with a bit of luck, we won't die today. Because I guess the weather is going to be more or less similar to what we're seeing here. It's overcast. We do not have any landing aid at all at that airfield. I think it's also a dirt strip. Same length, same specs almost. God, I don't even know the runway direction. This is even worse. Again, like I said, here says bearing 263. Sorry, I just have to. Bearing 263. Oh, it's the FMS. I don't know. One thing I do know is our distance to the airfield is decreasing, so we must be doing a little bit or something right, and yeah, we must be doing something right. Well, I don't trust this one anymore. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the indication or the data that I have here from my MFD. I just realized something. The title of my stream is completely wrong. That's alright. It's not like 100 people are watching. Yeah, I'm worried a little bit. That's what happens if you don't do proper homework. We'll end up having a problem at some point. Oh, look at that. The clouds back there seem to... The overcast is... yeah, it seems to end over there. There you go. See, me accusing Microsoft again of having a bug. The weather is working perfectly. I could really imagine that this is the exact weather that we have there. The ice is decreasing. I'm leaving it on anyway. Since we've gotten out of clouds, has improved. It should be okay though. I'm gonna switch it off now. Actually, I'm gonna switch it off. So all the de-icing systems are off now. And I think we should be fine. I'm gonna switch it back on before we descend, and if we should descend into clouds again, I'm gonna switch it on. That's really beautiful. I can only imagine what flight simulators are gonna be like in 500 years. Can you imagine? Can you? Must be incredible. Oh, finally we see some ground. There we go. Now we're VFR. We haven't hit any mountains yet. All good. Now we're flying VFR. Now we can see the ground. Now I feel a bit more safe, which is good. I mean, now at least I can do an emergency landing if I had to. The good thing about my primary flight display here, you have a 3D, 3D display of the topographic display in front of you. So even if you don't see anything out of your windscreen, you can look at your PFD and, you know, at least you could evade big mountains or etc., etc., or see that you're in trouble or not. I mean, technology nowadays is it's very impressive. So all the ice buildup that we had before, which we had during takeoff, is it's melting or falling off through friction. It is still cold out there, so going back into clouds, we're switching on our de-ice systems again. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip through these because I'm actually doing this while okay, you don't skip through these in real life. You do through all your checklists. You should always do them. But since this is a simulation and a game, I'm not gonna be too bothered about it. Oh yeah, I can tune into center.
Center Dayer 5 Bravo, Oscar Whiskey Golf is type Dayer TBM 9. Request flight following. Dayer 5 Bravo, Oscar Whiskey Golf Center. Squawk 0537.
So I'm gonna change my squawk from 7000 to 0537.
Squawk 0537 Dayer Oscar Whiskey Golf.
He did it automatically, as you can see here.
Oscar Whiskey Golf radar contact 10,500 feet. Altimeter 29.907.
Ah, there you go. 29 decimal.
Oscar Whiskey Golf.
Decimal 7, there we go. It's set. And I'm gonna set it on my backup. This is these are backup instruments, just in case the PFD and MFD fail. There we go. So I have a backup altimeter, a backup indicated airspeed, and a backup horizon. Sorry, I was texting while flying. All right. Wow. Man, this is so remote here. So remote. You won't find any single human. Beautiful. I love places like these. I love places like these. This is like it's amazing. Now again, if you look at the MFD, and what you see out here, it's definitely. Oh, this doesn't match. Looks like there's a fall. Anyway, if you look at this, it's not right. It just isn't. So outside and inside does not fit. So for me, this chart is unusable and is completely ignored. And I'm just gonna stick with my heading bug. This blue thing here is called a heading bug, where you set your heading. So currently I have a heading of 213. Heading is the direction your nose, or the longitudinal axis of your aircraft is facing. It doesn't necessarily mean you're flying that. That's a track above ground. Because up here or anywhere else, if you have wind, it will take you off this heading, let's say. So you'd have to constantly adjust to keep on track. To put your nose into the wind and basically kind of try to neutralize it a little bit. Is it snow or clouds? I can't say. I think snow, yeah. Nice. Got the moon up here. This is no man's land. This is no man's land. Can you imagine this? This is on our beautiful Earth. I mean, that's amazing. These are places most of us will never experience in their life, and it's nice to do things like that on a simulator. Now the track seems to be fine. Still have another 55 minutes to go, eh? Estimated time of arrival 7:51 UTC. Let's see if we can push the limits a bit more. So we're at 87% torque. I'll try to put it back to 90. Let's say 95. $751. So yeah. Okay, it says here 54 minutes. ET. We have a decent ground speed, I do have to say. Like 277 knots. And our indicated airspeed is 247. So I have like 32, 32 knots tailwind. It's a lot. Better than the headwind. We'd never get there. Okay, I am going to leave my station, obviously, to take a little bathroom break, and I'll be right back. I'll leave you with a nice view. Well, all of it is good. And, well, let's hope nothing happens while I'm gone. Be back in like 2 minutes. Alrighty, I'm back. Look at that, nothing happened. Alright. So, how are we looking on track 112? Gods, I wish this would have worked somehow. Whoa, what was that? Some clear air turbulence, I guess. So if you look at our airspeed indicator, you have this white and red striped area. This is like a speed to never exceed. So we're flying with almost 250 knots indicated airspeed. That's a good speed. I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm not gonna go any faster. I'm so worried that we're so off track. Like, for example, the FMS says our cross track is 90 miles off track. 90 miles. Which would be devastating. Alright? If I look at the aircraft symbol on the MFD, it looks like how I imagine it to look like when we're going to fly to that airfield. But if I look at the ETE, the time changes slower. Than an actual second, right? Yeah. Bearing 227. Holy crap. If my old Air Force buddies would see me now, they'd laugh their asses off. I'm probably doing something so stupidly wrong. Let's see what happens if we go into the bearing of 227. Damn. Oh, that's interesting. Now that I call a bug. Anyway, okay, let's get back to our navigation problem. Not one of my strong suits when I was flying. Let's try something else. So, the airfield ICAO identification is Bravo Golf, Quebec, Quebec. I'm gonna choose something. Go MFD. Flight plan. This one, remove waypoint. No, go back. We'll do a direct too. Bravo Golf, Quebec, Quebec. Bravo Golf, Quebec, Quebec. Qaanaaq, that's right. Enter. Bearing 280, activate direct. Now I'm gonna switch on nav. You know what? Let's trust our computer. Let's see what happens. Let's trust our computer. Note how the aircraft looks at now. Like, I'm still worried. It still doesn't like fill me with lots of confidence. Oh boy, our fuel is going down. Okay. Well, according to this is the distance. It's reducing. Just go with it. ETE has reduced. I think I didn't trust my instruments, and I should have. Especially in the simulator, where no fault has been programmed in. I should have trusted. Anyway, we're not there yet, so let's see what happens. There we go, some AC. Heat up the cabin. We have no passengers, so nope. So my weight and balance sheet when I took off, 40% filled, 40% filled tanks. I have a co-pilot with 170 pounds, and me. I've also said 170. And in the front baggage compartment, I have 80 pounds of luggage, and in the back baggage compartment, another 80. So that's the weight we're carrying, plus all the extras like fluids, hydraulics, fluids, etc., etc. I wonder how long it would take, if anything happens here, for help to arrive. Might be a bit of a while. The thing is, I don't even exactly know where we are. I don't have a map. So, yeah. We've got 59 gallons of fuel left. It's not quite a lot. So, let's just hope the computer is right. Oh. I thought I was a center.
Center
Oops.
Day or Oscar Whiskey Golf, cancel flight following. Day or Oscar Whiskey Golf, center cancellation received. Squawk 7000.
Not my intention.
Frequency change approved. Center Day or 5 Bravo, Oscar Whiskey Golf is type Day or TBM 9. Request flight following. Day or 5 Bravo, Oscar Whiskey Golf Center. Squawk 1046.
1046.
Squawk 1046 Day or Oscar Whiskey Golf. Day or Oscar Whiskey Golf radar contact 10,500 feet. Altimeter tree 0.00. Copy Day or Oscar Whiskey Golf.
There's no nearest airport list. That is that's not very reassuring. Well, at least we have flight following. I haven't seen any other players around, so we're pretty much the only ones up here. We're truly alone. There's truly nobody. Well, that's why it's called Off the Beaten Track. But I'm gonna visit some of the bigger cities. It will happen. Like, I would like to go to Mexico City, for example, on my way south. I mean, we're definitely gonna see big cities because we have to cross the US, which I'm planning to do. At least at the moment, I'm planning to do it like on the Midwest, Rocky Mountains, something like that, and go further south and towards Mexico. I don't know. Let's see. So I haven't made up my mind there yet. That's the beauty of this thing. Like, you can be so dynamic. One day you change your mind, you just fly somewhere else. Or, like I did. I wanted to fly around the world from west to east. And I thought, like, oh, it's not an old shoe. Everybody has done that already. I haven't seen as many people flying north to south. And then, hopefully, subsequently, south to north. Not the same track. So, at the moment, I'm planning north to south, North America, South America, Antarctica, and then from there, fly across, and then try to cross towards South Africa, and then fly through Africa, do a bit of bush flying there, which I've done in real life. Botswana. I haven't worked there in Botswana, but I've done some bush flying. I did some bush flying training in South Africa as well. It's one of the most beautiful things you can ever imagine. For example, in Botswana, we'd fly, or they'd fly around 15 to 20 minutes on average, max. Takeoff and landing near the Okavango Delta. There's a couple of companies, I don't know, 8, 9, 10. And they fly workers, cargo, passengers, tourists, guests, filmmakers, documentary makers, whatever. They fly them to these camps that are dotted around the Okavango Delta. Well, also quite vast. I mean, traversing it by foot or by truck or by cars is really, really, really difficult. Yeah, and they would bush fly. So you have these dirt strips, and was made for very interesting flying. I'm glad I experienced it. I never worked there. I never was a official bush pilot, but I applied for a job there, and I flew with them a couple of times. Helped out here and there. Yeah. You wouldn't get, like, flying straight like this, direct flights, and then flying for like an hour straight is a rare thing. Wouldn't happen usually. So far, everything is running quite smoothly. I don't expect too much trouble from this aircraft. It's basically brand new. um, 14 degrees outside, minus 14. Weather seems to be good here. We have clouds in the distance, but not where we're going at the moment. If this is all still correct. I seriously hope it is. Because otherwise... we still have another 37 minutes to go. Yeah, let's see. So the airfield that we took off from, the Alert Airport, or in Nunavut, Canada, is about 830 kilometers, or 520 nautical miles south of the true North Pole, the North Pole. And it's part actually of the Canadian Department of National Defense. So thank you to them that we're allowed to take off from there. I don't think you're allowed to use this field in real life unless there's really an emergency or you have prior clearance. It is the most northern part airport, or airfield in this case, in the world. Yep, it's a military airfield and it's the most northern part. So that's quite interesting. So we took off from the right airfield, if I said north to south. So we took off from the most northern part airfield in the world, and well, we're flying to this Qaanaaq airport or whatever it's called. It's such a weird name, but probably just because I can't I can't pronounce it properly. So Qaanaaq is a town in the northwestern part of Greenland. So it's not part of Canada, which I initially acclaimed. It is part of Greenland. So Alert is in Canada and Qaanaaq is in Greenland. God, I have so many things to amend in the title. First, the title itself, and even the old title that I wanted to put in, and somehow it hasn't worked. I don't know why. Would have had to be amended anyway, because Qaanaaq, like I said, it's not in Canada, it's in Greenland. And in 2020, Qaanaaq had about 246 people. 646, sorry. So it's a very small town. Speak a bit of Danish, and their local language was Inuktun, and they may also speak Kalaallisut. I haven't ever heard of these languages, but it sounds very interesting to me. Let's see what's the average temperature now. Daily mean Celsius in I don't know, September, right? Minus 1.7, and that's quite warm. If you look at the average daily mean in January, it's like minus 24, 25, yeah. The record being in February with minus 58 degrees Celsius. Minus 58, not bad. Well, I hope this is not gonna trouble us. Like I said, look at the temperature now and 10,500 feet. It's, the outside air temperature is minus 14. The map still does not work for me. I think this is Greenland. Western coast of Greenland. And Qaanaaq would be northwestern part of Greenland, so it's really odd. It's really odd. Now we'll see what happens when we get to where our flight management system is taking us currently, our autopilot. A bit less than 150 miles to go. Another 30 minutes. I think I have to do a overhead flight. Just check out the runway direction. and the condition of the airfield. Oh, there we go. It says Qaanaaq. But the bearing is a completely different one. 224. Show on map. It shows me in the water. It's yeah, this map is unusable. Well, these are the only two nearest airports around, so the one we taken off from and the one we're going to. And so far, seems to be okay. The distance to Qaanaaq is reducing and the distance to Alert is increasing. That's what I want to see. Let's have some airport info. Okay. Runways. 1735, there we go. That's valuable information, alright. Right there. I have nothing to write on, right? Oh, really badly prepped for this flight. Let's see. Maybe something's in my wallet. Oh, there we go. An old receipt. I'm gonna use the back of it. So it's runway 1735. You might have noticed that I've, of course you would have noticed if you're watching, that I've switched on the camera. I mean, there's not much going on at the moment, so might as well just look at you guys, whoever's watching. 1735. Okay, now my pen doesn't work. Okay. Well, maybe we can fly direct in, although we have tailwind, so we might have to use the 35 runway. Anyway, let's see. 118.10 navcom. So I'm gonna switch com 2 to 118. What did I just say? 10. 11810. 11810 transfer. So we're on com 2. We're now on the airport. So if we get anything from them, any traffic, we'll hear it. I wonder if we're going to see any other pilots. I guess at the moment up here up north we're the only ones. Let's see. No, we're not receiving anything from them yet. Anyway, we're still with center. Ilulissat. So we're not completely alone. There's flight following. We have some clouds coming up there. It should be underneath us, so that's fine. Another 26 minutes. Yeah, we can't... I don't have a lot of room for error here. The airfield is not where it is. There's almost no chance that I might get to an alternative field. Because in the beginning I flew towards my heading bug, thinking that I am on the right track, but the flight management system tells me that I've flown completely off, and now it's correcting for me. So we lost lots of fuel there and time. That's why this won't end in 1.5 hours. This will take a bit longer. This is gonna take another 25 minutes at least. 30 minutes, I'd say, till we land. Yeah, half an hour. With figuring out how the weather is there, and if we can get down safely. If I can't see the airfield, if there's really clouds just at the airfield on ground level or just above it, then I will divert. I will land somewhere where I can see the ground. And then the next day I will on our next flight, continuing south, I will fly to that airfield, land there to refuel. But apparently, according to our info here, nearest airport, and I go to Qaanaaq, airport info, it doesn't give me any info. I don't know what this means. So it's a public airport, so it's not military, right? But at fuel, it doesn't tell me if there's fuel. So what we're gonna do is, whatever happens, we land at the airfield or not, I'm gonna call someone to send a fuel truck. And then we'll refuel that way. So on the list of nearest airports, there's not, alert is not even on it anymore. So this is the one shot. This is going to Qaanaaq. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I don't, I hope somebody can correct me. Qaanaaq. Anyway, that's how I read it. And how can they not have fuel? They must have some fuel. They have air transport services in Qaanaaq. So they do fly to other airports and airfields. They have like 650 people there in Qaanaaq. Unless incoming aircraft fuel up at their departure enough to do a round trip. Maybe it's so difficult to get fuel to Qaanaaq that they don't have it there, which in real life now would be massively detrimental to our flight. In any case, we have now 29 gallons of fuel left. It's not a lot. It will get us there. It's 103 miles. It will get us there. If it really gets too tough, I'm gonna do a direct in on runway 17. Even with tailwind, I'll have to try. But I think we should be fine. But there's no room for error in. There's no room for diversions, so we can't go to anywhere else. So the next flight After Qaanaaq, I don't know what the destination is. I have to check it out. I've seen the airfield on the map at least, but I don't know the name. It's approximately the same distance from Alert to Qaanaaq. So yeah, let's see how that goes. The landscape seems to become more interesting over there. That's the thing. This is showing me water, right? Right here. Is it showing me water because it is an ocean? My god, I'm so stupid, right? I'm actually not a very smart person. It is just frozen ocean. Could it be? My god, maybe this is supposed to ride all the way along. All along. Although this pattern down here, some graphical glitch. The sun is dipping a little bit under the horizon again. Beautiful. Could it be? Could it be I was wrong all along? No. Or maybe. I don't know. I don't know. You see, everything is confusing for me. I've never been up here. I've never really flown to the north. I flew to Bodø, I think I'm saying it right, in Norway once with a CJ1 Plus citation jet CJ1 Plus. That was nice. It was the first time I experienced a midnight sun. There were people jet skiing on the water. It was fantastic. But I also remember the price of the beer that I paid there in the hotel bar. Like a small beer. I paid like 10 euros. It was funny. No, it was beautiful. It was great. And I also remember that flight because I forgot my civilian clothing. So I was there in my military attire. I forgot one of my bags. Oh boy. So embarrassing. Good times. Good times. So yeah, so I really don't have a lot of experience how the compass and the how everything reacts up way this far north. Probably the MFD is right. Maybe it is, you know. But is it? I'm just confused. Why does my PFD then show me land? You know, okay, it's radar generated, and of course it shows me solid. So this could just be ice. What I'm seeing here is just ice, and you know what? I'm gonna probably watch this video in a while and just laugh at my own stupidity and ignorance, mainly ignorance. Oh, any case, let's have a look outside again. This looks like we're escaping the sun, no? Alright, I'm just gonna have a quick gander at the checklist. See what's going on. for descent. Sorry. There's these little fruit flies. They're flying. One or two of them. My god, they've been bugging me. Okay. For reasons unknown, I've lost my webcam. By the gods. Nothing is ever easy, is it? That's okay, we don't need a webcam. You don't have to see me. Oh, the windshield definitely needs a wash after. Okay, another 14 minutes to go. I'm gonna take a quick break. Ah, yeah. There we go. Feel low, right? Gods. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Hopefully. We'll be fine. So we're on 19 gallons now. We have 64 miles to go. Okay, we might have a problem. This might be really close. Okay, memo to myself. Fuel up more next time. Eesh, 6% fuel. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to okay, fuel low, left and right. Master caution off. Acknowledged. 18 gallons of fuel left. Might have to start thinking of a plan. That we actually might not make it to the field. We just might not make it. If I wouldn't have had that problem of misnavigation in the beginning, we would have made it. It was all calculated. It would have been fine. We even would have had enough to fly to the next airfield, I think. But I lost lots of time and fuel flying the wrong direction. So this is going to be a problem. We're doing a direct then. I'm flying on runway 17. I'm putting it in the heading bug so I know which way to land the aircraft. Oh, 35. No, we're going 35. We're going 35. There we go. Runway 35. So it's going to be a right turn into the runway. Yeah, I have to forget. I always forget. I'm so far north. It's the perception of where north, south, west, and everything is. It's a bit skewed if you try to think about it normally from a Central European standpoint. Are we getting some turbulence here as well? Alright. 16 gallons left. Ah, that's enough for me to have a little toilet break. I'll be right back, guys. Make sure I don't crash, eh? No, it should be fine. I'll leave you with the view. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Something does not sound good. Oh shit, there's the oil pressure is going. Master warning on. The oil pressure is gone. Okay, autopilot off. Does this have to do with the lack of fuel? Could be. We're not making it to the airfield. That is interesting. I seriously have not planned for this. So I'm going to... Well, I'm going to have to declare a mayday in this case. Because we're literally going to go down. Obviously, we don't have any emergency checklist in this case. Alright. I'm just gonna look around now to see what we can do. I've completely lost torque.
Landing gear.
Oh, that's because I just went to full idle. Okay, I don't wanna lose speed, height too much. Slow down, maybe to 120, 2.5 degrees. Okay, it's more flat on this side. We have mountains in the front. Or at least mountainous regions. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna try to land it over here. Yep. Okay. Now, because I don't even know the system, I don't even know this aircraft. The lack of oil pressure, I don't know why I got it. Honestly, I don't. Does it have something to do with low fuel? But I still have a couple of gallons. I mean, it would be shocking if that really was the case. We're on the right tank. What's up, manual? I'm gonna switch on all the icing systems. I don't have time to do that when shit hits the fan. Well, the shit already hit the fan in this case. So we're definitely going down. Yeah, it's gonna be an emergency landing. And I'm going to land in the ice fields behind me. and not continue on, because this is on the left. If I would have continued on, you'd see it might become a bit more difficult terrain-wise. So I'm gonna just stick with maybe landing here. I'm just gonna land backward. All right. No more to the right where I came from. There, we just, yeah, straight down basically from here. Hopefully it's not too bad with the ice. All right, this was really unexpected. This was not planned for. It was an actual emergency. Now, in this case, I would contact Iluliossat and tell them, well, you know, we're going down. There's nothing I can do. I mean, we're basically on idle. I can pull this further back, but if I go into 0,
Landing gear.
it will tell me landing gear. Yeah, I know. I'm not putting it out now, although I could. 6,000 feet. Let's have an outside look. Well, that's crap. That cuts our flight short. Oil pressure. Did I miss something? I'll have to recheck this video later. I think it might have something to do with the fuel, but really? That's a problem if you don't know your aircraft, right? So we're still relatively fast. I'm putting out the gear now. Can I put out the gear? What's the speed? So the white area here is for flaps, which I'm going to go for. I'm gonna slow down a bit. Oh shit. No, we're relatively low. Oh, we're crap. Okay. You're out. You're down. Well, it is not as flat as I thought it would be. This is not good. Oh, shit. This is not good. This is not good. I can't do any turns anymore. We're basically going to go straight ahead. Okay. Flaps. I'm gonna do takeoff flaps. I'm not landing. Watch the speed. I can't add speed, so this is our only chance. There shouldn't be anything in front of us. 100 knots. 5,000 feet. Well, elevation is different. Almost there. You can see the brown part here. This is the ground. Almost down. No, this is not gonna be nice. It's definitely not gonna be nice. Yeah, I thought so with bounce. It's okay. Keep the nose up, keep the nose up, keep the nose up. Keep the AOA up. Come on, come on. I just need to brake. Yeah, we're on the brakes, we're on the brakes. Full brakes, full brakes. And our engine stopped. Okay. Switching all the ice off. God. Alright, let's shut down the engine. I mean, like, there's nothing I can do right now. Park brake set on. Yep, it's on, I know. External lights off. Off. What you hear there is the pump. I'm gonna switch it off in a second. Actually, I can just do it now. Fuel selector. What am I doing? Fuel pump off. I did not follow the checklist here, so. Fuel selector manual. Fuel selector's manual. Autopilot and trims. Off. Off. Bleed off. Off. Ah, what a first flight, eh? Flight idle for 2 minutes? Well, that's not going to happen. Flow idle for 2 minutes. It's not going to happen either. Our engine is off already. And cut off. Inert separator off. Auxiliary boost pump off. I switched it off already. Generator off. I should have switched all that thing off anyway. As an emergency off. Crash lever down. That's the thing. The crash lever should have been down. That's why it's called a crash lever, right? All right. That was an emergency landing on the first flight, north to south. Seriously, not anticipated at all. Not anticipated at all. So the oil pressure failed. With that, our engine failed. We couldn't give it any more torque. We had no power. We just had to go down. And yeah, I guess I can count myself lucky that we didn't pass the didn't get to the mountains yet. And thus I actually found a relatively flat surface to land on. Although if you look at that crevice here, I think that might actually have broken our neck. Whatever that ridge is here, or whatever that is. We just made it. Yeah. I knew I had to do a full massive break. Okay. So here we are. I'm gonna note the coordinates. It would be actually nice to know the coordinates. Let's see. Battery on. So I can continue from there. Let's imagine that that we get rescued and fueled up, etc. Ah, damn it, man. 42 miles. 42 miles short. I would have made it if I wouldn't have messed it up in the beginning.
TOS system test. Okay.
Yeah. Lost lots of time there. And probably due to to low fuel, we lost the pressure, the oil pressure. But honestly I do not know if that's a fact. Still at 14 gallons. I mean, 14 gallons, come on. What's the point in having a yellow area if you can't use it? Am I disappointed? Yes. A little bit. A little bit disappointed. But still happy that it was actually a relatively safe emergency landing. I got surprised a little bit of how high we actually are. I mean, it says here 4,850 feet on the last altimeter input that we got from center. That's relatively high, eh? All right. Lights are off, right? Something's blinking there. Okay, now let's find out our coordinates. Where do I see that? Oh yeah, I forgot to put the flaps up. No. Some weather radar stuff. Not interesting. We'll get to that some other time. But map settings. Doesn't show me coordinates anywhere that I can see. All right. I'll place myself somewhere there. Or you know what? I'm just gonna go to Qaanaaq. I mean, it's. I'm just gonna continue flying from there. Yeah. I'm just gonna get towed to Qaanaaq, and then hopefully have a regular flight to where we're going next. Well, that was a flight with lots of hiccups. Was still interesting. I had fun. I hope you guys had it too. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Also, my camera failed. Somehow all systems failed today. That's how it is. We had an emergency landing with 4% fuel left in the tanks. So next time, plan more contingency. Not because of weather, not because of where we're going, because of lack of pilot skills. Let's put it this way. Anyway, this TBM 930 is a really great aircraft. I wish I had it. Had that money for it. Great aircraft. All right. I'll see you guys in a while. Take care. Have a good weekend, and all the best. Cheerio. Bye.